I knew the tyres on the Rover were old, 16 years old in fact. The previous owner, who looked after this car so well, had put a set of hand-cooked Centums on it way back in August 2006, so it was high time for a change. As the South Korean hand-cooks were no longer available, I had to look around for a different brand. The Vredstein Sprint Classics were at the top of the list, but very expensive. So when a member of my local car club, who owned a garage, recommended some to me which he said were good and cheaper than the Vredsteins, I jumped at them. The tyres in question were called Dimax Classic and were launched in 2018 by Singapore-based company Omni United. So here's how we went about fitting them on the car and my review of them.
But as you can see, it's a beautiful day here in Upper Austria, early spring. Perfect weather for a drive, not too hot. Driving in the cold is not a problem because the heater works tremendously well, although when we got these tyres last week, the weather was very different. Okay, so we're playing our favourite game. We are driving home in the rain with our lovely windscreen wipers. Always a joy. Ah, the wiper speed control. Okay, look. Slow. Fast. Not much of a difference, but there we go. Actually, it does feel a bit different. So as far as handling goes, I don't think there's much difference between these tyres and the old ones, and to be honest, the light steering in this car gives you absolutely no feel for the road at all, whatever tyres you've got on. So from that point of view, there's no positive or negative aspect to these tyres at all. Road holding, well, they don't feel any different to the other tyres, maybe a little bit softer due to the tyre being newer, but again, the lack of feel through the steering really doesn't give you any indication that the tyres are any different from the old ones. As far as road noise goes, again, most of the noise in these cars comes from wind noise. Although I've got the window wide open, it doesn't really make any difference to the noise whatsoever. It's just as loud with it closed as it is open. We're only sort of wafting around at 50 kilometers an hour at the moment, but anything over 70, 80, I'll probably have to start shouting to the camera, so I thought it's best to do this little bit to camera here now while we're on the normal winding part. Well, in fact, the only negative thing about this little trip is that I forgot to bring some music for the 8-track player. Car. Well, here are the tyres on the car. Still dirty from the trip back in the rain, unfortunately. Dimax Classic radar and the correct size 185 R15s, and they look quite good. Tubeless, obviously, and let's have a look at the pattern. Unfortunately, the new wheel balancings have really exposed the damage or dirt on the tyres where the old weights were removed, but I'll have to clean that up shortly, because we're due a good wash after we got a soaking in the rain coming back from the tyre fitting. But on the whole, that's quite a good side profile, quite vintage and quite a nice high wall. These tyres are also available with white walls, and I know some people like to fit them on their coupes, but I really don't think they suit the saloon. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting and informative. I hope to be uploading a lot more in the summer. Now we're back to using the car a bit more, but I'll say bye for now, and thanks for watching.